54-hole story was Shubhankar Sharma, the 21-year-old from India. Rolf, you had this pegged all week. Most important hole for Sharma would be hole one.
Yeah, last night I said if he didn't birdie the first hole, I didn't think he would win. This is a beautiful tee shot at one, knocks it on the green. He had made 2 eagles and a birdie in the first 3 rounds. What does he do today? He 3 putts, and he really wasn't the same at any point after that.
Never had a chance. 74 in the final round, 4 bogeys in his final 6 holes today. Meanwhile, Mickelson, let's get to the 10th, his second from a .110.
Yeah, not out of the fairway, so has to judge altitude. Does it fly a little? Phil, you guessed right.
And Mickelson into the lead, Frank, at 15 under. Now the 11th, a place, well, frankly, we could not believe he was going to hit this shot.
No, he had flirted with trouble over at number 8, somehow got away with it there. Gets a pretty unlucky bounce here, actually, but this championship could well have been over at this stage, and of course, in true Phil fashion, he saved it somehow.
Well, as you could see, it hits one of the spectators. Probably would have gotten out into the fairway, gave him a great chance to save par. Nonetheless, Mickelson did have this to save par, misses, drops into the co-lead, does Phil, at 14 under par. Meanwhile, groups ahead. Here comes Justin Thomas. Course record yesterday. How about today?
Just so many of these shots, par 5's his ability to just launch it up in the air. This from 214 yards, so I imagine nothing really more than a 7-iron in these conditions. But still, I mean, he doesn't back down when he's within sniffing distance of the lead.
And it's a 2-putt birdie. Justin Thomas is in the lead at 15 under. Now it's 17.
Well, he doesn't back down even when he's not within sniffing distance. This guy was 11 shots behind after 2 rounds.
It's a bogey there, though, Rolf. He's into the co-lead, and you just wondered, is Thomas going to run out of holes? This his second at the 18th. The unthinkable.
The highlight of highlights. Oh, the twirl. Watch this dig in. There you go. One more roll. 62-64. That is the lowest final 36 holes ever in a WGC event.
Jack Nicklaus, even he has to shout it out for what Justin Thomas has done. He's in the clubhouse at 16 under. Could anyone else get there? Terrell Hatton now at 15.
He was pretty cranky through most of the middle of the round. Things weren't going his way starting at the 8th hole, but all of a sudden he turned things around here at 15.
Yeah, I'd say it turned around. Frank, this is for Eagle and a chance to tie Thomas at 16.
Yeah, he was fluctuating between terrible and terrific hat.
Well, that's the hat trick. He's 16 under, and he's tied with Thomas. Mickelson now 1 back of those 2. This at 16, a long one. Hatton had just hit it well by the hole.
This was the most important putt I thought he made all day, right here. That is a good one there.
Raise your hand if you're sure. Mickelson to 16 under. Hatton now, I told you, he blew it 10 feet past.
And you would think leaking oil, but up for the task here. 3 tied at the top.
So we're 3 wide at 16 under. Hatton and Mickelson, 1 hole to play. Thomas, he's heading to the range to get loose. Hatton now, his 3rd at 18.
I think he's going to question, just watch the length of the backswing for such a short shot. I know the lie wasn't good, but
unable to get any spin on the ball out of that kind of rough. Skates way past. Meanwhile, Mickelson, 36 feet.
Didn't hit really a very good second shot, Ryan. I thought he maybe would be more aggressive, try and take the bull by the horns and win this championship. Left that putt way short. And that's when we started getting nervous.
Somebody get Thomas a ladder. He's hopping in the air to see what's going down on 18. Hatton to join the playoff. Took an early bounce. Never had a chance. He knew it from the second he hit it. It's a bogey at the last. Hatton, 15 under, out of the mix. Mickelson now, 3 feet to force the playoff.
You can't watch. Up for the task.
So we head to the playoff on the PGA Tour for an 8th time this season. At this point last year, there were 2. We seemingly get one every single week, but to get Thomas and Mickelson, you'd stay up all night if you could. Sudden death. They play the par 3 17th. Thomas was long. This is second. We saw several players have this shot.
It's a harder shot than it shows on television. Very easy to come up short with the water in the back, and he does that, leaves it 9 feet short of the hole.
Meanwhile, Mickelson, so he knows this to win, Frank.
This reminiscent of the putt for 59 at Phoenix. From there it looks in, does everything but go down.
And how many people in their living room said, only Phil? It just seems to always happen to Mickelson. He would tap in now, Thomas, to force another playoff hole.
Yeah, this one never really had a chance. Gave it a real wide berth there and then hit it a little harder than he wanted. Amazing.
Mickelson, a winner again. 109 different players have won on the PGA Tour between Phil's last 2 wins. He improves to 8-4 in his playoff career. Becomes the oldest winner ever to win a WGC, and he's 2 victories away from Walter Hagen for the 8th most in the history of the PGA Tour. Phil Mickelson, a winner again, spoke with Todd Lewis.